I'm live now. Yeah.
Good things come to those who don't wait around.
Yep.
That's what they say anyway. Knowing my luck, the
So
opposite
let's
is
not wait
probably true for me.
around that much. I'm back. This is Jasmohan. अभी हम खेलेंगे मिडसमर आइलैंड एडवेंचर गेंशिन इम्पैक्ट के अंदर। स्ट्रीम मैंने रीस्टार्ट कर दी है और क्ली को मिलने चलते हैं। गो टू द नाइट्स ऑफ फोवोनियस हेडक्वार्टर्स। ठीक है, जाते हैं। उसके पहले सब जो इकट्ठे करने वाली चीजें हैं वो जाके इकट्ठा कर लेते हैं कैथरीन से।
Off we go. Adventure time. Add as
नाइट्स ऑफ फोवोनियस के हेडक्वार्टर्स पे अपन टेलीपोर्ट कर रहे हैं। अभी हम मिलेंगे क्ली से।
There she is! Over there! Clee! We haven't seen you in forever! Oh, it's Mr. Honorary Knight and Paimon! I was just about to go find you too!
हाँ, what's the matter?
I got a terrible, terrible letter and need to go to a certain place. A terrible letter? Yes, from a person that won't acknowledge that Klee and Dodoco are family. They even said they want to test Klee and have Klee go to Dodoland, but... There's no need to rush! Slow down!
Who's this person that you're talking about? Dodo King.
A very bad, bad, bad guy! He's called Dodo King. Who's Dodo King? Paimon also hasn't heard of him? Nope. Wait, why did you say also? Because even Klee has never heard of him. He's probably just some weirdo. I went to go find Albedo, but he's not home, so I thought of you. Let me read you the letter that Dodo King wrote. Wicked girl of flame. I am of the Dodo clan. Klee can't read this part. In the name of Dodo King, you are not qualified to become Dodoco's new family. Unless you bring Dodoco to the Golden Apple Archipelago, light for, accept the, I don't know some of these words. Let Paimon have a look. This word is Overlord, which means he's the most powerful guy around, and what he says goes. This part reads, light four beacons and knock upon the trialist's gate. Probably to accept some kind of challenge. The last word is arbitrate, which means he wants to judge you. Arbitrate?
Arbitrate.
It's nothing good anyway. He'll judge and criticize you while pretending to be the good guy.
It sounds like he wants you to return Dodoco.
How could this be? Dodoco is my bestest friend, so I'll never give Dodoco to him. But he said he's the strongest of the Dodo clan. Could the Dodo clan be Dodoco's family? From the names, it seems like it. But Klee, where is this Golden Apple Archipelago? I don't know. What? This is also the first time Klee has heard of the Golden Apple Archipelago. Golden Apple Archipelago. It's probably an island with lots of apples. The only things written on the letter were what Klee just read out to us. And there's no signature. Klee, did this letter come with an envelope? Nope.
Where was this letter sent from?
I don't know. It suddenly appeared on my room's windowsill. Dodo King, Dodo Clan. If Paimon remembers correctly, Dodoko is the toy hanging on Klee's backpack, right? No, Dodoko is my bestest friend, not some toy.
Toy nahi hai Paimon.
Oh, right. What a magical creature Dodoko is. But all this sudden talk about family and whatnot is pretty strange. It feels like it might be a prank.
I also suspect it's a prank.
If it's just a prank, then we should ignore it. No way! I'll never admit defeat. I have to go there. But we've never even heard of such a place. Mr. Honorary Knight, you know what to do, right? Klee believes in you. Even if we did know what to do... I'm begging you, please help me. Paimon feels like if we don't agree to help, she'll go off on her own. That'd be dangerous.
Indeed.
Rather than letting Klee go adventuring off by herself, it'd be better if we accompany her. Oh, please!
I'll help you.
How can we say no after seeing you try so hard? But since we're going together, you need to be well behaved and not run off by yourself. Okay. As per usual, let's start by asking around for some info. Let's walk around the city and ask some people who might know something about the situation.
सबसे पहले जीन को पूछ के देखते हैं उसको पता है क्या.
Hello. May the Animo Archive.
Thank you for coming on such short notice, Honorary Knight. I know you must be busy. Well, to make a long story short, there's a particular matter at hand that the Knights requires your assistance with.
The Knights are busy as ever. Sounds like typical Master Jean to me.
I have been meaning to have a word with you if the occasion presented itself, but as you know, Mondstadt's safety must always be my first priority. I have recently received multiple reports from the Knights of someone within the Lawrence clan having close dealings with the Fatui.
The Fatui? Again? But who are the Lawrence clan?
There was a dark period in Mondstadt's history when the aristocracy ruled over the city. The hard-won freedom that followed with the fall of Decarabian was lost once again as slavery spread throughout the land. The first Dandelion Knight, Vanessa, spearheaded the revolution that overthrew the old aristocratic system and established the Knights of Favonius, leading Mondstadt to become the city that you see today. The aristocrats that had oppressed the people of Mondstadt were none other than the Lawrence clan.
I think ये यूला का है.
Oh, Paimon gets it! So the clan's descendants are now scheming with the bad guys to carry out more dubious deeds.
We suspect as much, though we have yet to obtain any solid evidence. The reason I summoned you here today is to ask you to help us further investigate this matter.
But why? Yes, sounds like a job for the Favonius Knights. Knights of the Favonius to me.
Unfortunately, the Knights of Favonius and the aristocracy have been at odds with one another for as long as I can remember. We've already considered every possible way of resolving our differences, but it seems the descendants of the aristocracy remain antagonistic towards the Knights. No matter what stance we take when dealing with them, the outcome is always the same. Our efforts only result in adding more fuel to the flames. We could come knocking on their door on the grounds of a search warrant, but if the investigation were to come up empty, I'm afraid tensions and distrust would only increase. All of our past efforts would have been wasted.
But as the honorary knight, I might technically also belong to the knights.
You are in fact the best candidate to represent the Knights of Favonius. But you need not emphasize your role as the honorary knight. You're a traveler from a distant land, and you can approach the aristocrats in this way. Once you come to friendly terms with the Lawrence clan, you should be in a good position to learn more of their possible connections with the Fatui.
Whoa, leave it to Master Jean to come up with such a thorough plan.
Perhaps such plans have become second nature after all the diplomatic issues I've dealt with. The name of the Lawrence clan member in question is Schubert. Lately, he can often be found strolling near the northern city walls. It is said that he is difficult to get along with due to his temperamental disposition, but if we approach him calmly, then things should go off without a hitch. Thanks again for your help. If you run into any snags along the way, I'll do anything in my power to support you.
एक और क्वेश्चन चालू हो गया फालतू का.
Schubert can be quite touchy, so it may not be easy to get along with him at first.
Okay.
But as long as matters remain calm, then you should be able...
सुन चुका हूँ यार ये. ना. जीन हेल्प नहीं करने वाली है ये क्वेश्चन के लिए. इन लोगों से ही बात करना पड़ेगा. मर्चेंट से सबसे पहले बात करते हैं.
Marjorie here might have heard some strange things. After all, souvenirs do come in all shapes and sizes from a variety.
Strange things? What do you mean?
Do you know about the Golden Apple Archipelago? It's made up of lots of small islands and located somewhere in the sea.
Aren't all archipelagos made of small islands and situated at sea?
That's right. Oh, right. Then let Paimon ask a different question. Are there archipelagos in Mondstadt?
Not as far as I know. You've seen a map of Mondstadt, haven't you? All known islands are already charted, so check it out. Generally speaking, maps will faithfully record the land's topography. For most people, if it's not on a map, it doesn't exist.
Mondstadt's map doesn't show any, so that must mean there are none. A place that doesn't exist? Sounds about right. How could that be? No. Paimon meant that we should go find other people to ask. Mr. Huffman, do you know about the Golden Apple Archipelago? It's on the sea.
A Golden Apple Archipelago on the sea? This is the first I've heard of it. Are they islands that grow many apples?
So you also don't know? Well, given that husband's always just patrolling the city.
I do apologize.
It's okay. I forgive you. Huh? Really? Let's go ask someone else. Cyrus, we want to ask you about a place. You'll know it, won't you? Won't you?
Oh? The little adventurer looks troubled. Have you all encountered some sort of problem?
You could say that. Basically, we want to find a certain archipelago, but it seems no one's ever even heard of it. So we came here to ask you, a seasoned adventurer.
If you seek unknown lands or adventuring knowledge, then you've come to the right man. What kind of archipelago are you all looking for?
It has lots of small islands on the sea. It's called the Golden Apple Archipelago.
Golden Apple Archipelago? You're all amazing! You've managed to find a place that even I, the great Cyrus, haven't heard of.
What? Even you don't know of it?
Indeed, indeed. The land of Tevat is immense. No person can walk its entire breadth. But do not fear, dear friends. You must have the courage to venture into the unknown.
Who would have thought that even Cyrus, the branch master of the Adventurers Guild, wouldn't know anything? Could it be that these islands don't exist?
Come now. Don't be like that.
Oh, how can this be? Oh, Dodoco. Looks like the people of Mondstadt don't know anything about the place in this letter. Klee, is there anyone you can think of that you don't get along with? Would there be anyone who'd write a letter to scare you? No, I love everyone very much, and everyone loves Klee very much. Paimon thinks so too. So it can't be a prank. It's not a prank, yet no one knows where these islands are. Ugh, this is getting more and more confusing. Knowledgeable. Right! We should ask Lisa about this kind of thing. She's at the library every day and has probably read every book in Mondstadt. Oh, Miss Lisa! Let's go to the library.
चलो लीसा को मिलकर आते हैं। लीसा मैडम किधर है? लाइब्रेरी किधर है?
And off we go.
नाइट्स ऑफ फेवोनियस के इधर ही। भाई तेरे से नहीं बात करनी। ये रही मिस लीसा।
Lisa!
Oh, well, if it isn't Cutie, Paimon, and Klee, what brings you to the library all of a sudden?
There's something we want to ask you.
Miss Lisa, can you help Klee find an archipelago?
An archipelago?
Dodo King told Klee to go to the Golden Apple Archipelago so he can challenge Klee. Don't worry, Klee. Let Paimon explain. Lisa, it's like this.
Let me get this straight. To determine if Klee is worthy of becoming Dodoko's family, the ruler of the Dodo clan, Dodo King, wrote a letter to Klee summoning her to this Golden Apple Archipelago to be judged? Does that sum it up?
Yes, I have to go.
And you, cuties, sought me out to help Klee find the location of this Golden Apple Archipelago, correct?
That's right. You're one of the smartest people in Mondstadt.
How sweet of you to say. Then I have no choice but to assist you in earnest. Klee, can you show me that letter?
Okay.
Though there's little information written upon the letter, have you all tried any other methods?
Other methods?
The letter contains faint elemental traces that seem more like a hint than anything else. Maybe try using your elemental sight.
All right. Why didn't we think of that? Let's take a look.
क्योंकि elemental sight use कौन करता है?
Did you find anything?
Something appeared on the back of the letter.
Most of the content on the reverse page was applied via elemental power. What an interesting approach. Here's a pen. Cutie, can I trouble you to copy down what you see with your elemental sight?
Done.
The information on the reverse page is now clear. This drawing is likely of the Golden Apple Archipelago you've been looking for.
A ton of small islands floating by themselves in the water without being anchored to any land. It's almost like they popped up from the seabed. Like they appeared out of thin air.
Paimon, you might be right.
I don't understand what you mean.
I've read every single book within this library's walls. Similar islands have been mentioned in some of them. A mysterious archipelago enveloped by storms and dense fog, belonging to no nation. That which is outside cannot enter, nor can anything inside leave. Only those who are chosen may enter its territory. Many years ago, a fleet from Mondstadt encountered some islands at sea. Reportedly, there were torrential rains and howling winds. The sailors could hardly discern land through the thick fog. The islands weren't far, but no matter how much they sailed, they never grew closer. The sailors were initially confused, but then became terrified, as they believed they were hallucinating.
Whoa, talk about mysterious and creepy.
Unfortunately, the books do not record the location of these islands. I'm afraid that if you want more information, you'll have to find someone more knowledgeable than I.
Aw, and Paimon thought Lisa would be the expert on this kind of thing.
I am but a librarian who prefers to stay inside with her books. Klee, do you really want to go to those islands? It might be a very scary place.
Yes, I want to go.
My, how brave. Far be it from me to scare a child, but Klee, you really should take someone with you, just in case. Someone reliable, like my cutie over here.
Klee, you're not scared? I'm scared, but not being able to be Dodoko's family is even scarier. Dodoko is very important to me. I won't lose to Dodo King. I'll need to ask for some time off so I can go to the Golden Apple Archipelago and find Dodo King. Time off? That's right. I'm a knight of Favonius. Master Jean told me that if Clee wants to go someplace far, then she has to ask for time off. You're gonna ask for time off? Now? We still don't even know where these islands are!
Cutie, judging by the look on your face, you have an idea, don't you?
I have some impressive friends in Mondstadt. I have an inkling.
It'll be up to you to get Jean's approval. I'll stay here and silently cheer for you all while enjoying a book and some tea.
More than enough. तेरे से और expect भी नहीं कर सकता.
Please be quiet within the premises and refrain from making a racket.
Schubert can be quite touchy, but as long as
The character is currently involved in other cast. You cannot. अरे यार गलती कर दी है चीज करके.
Benny's adventure team, assemble!
Schubert can be, but as long as
Let's light it up!
Shadow of the past. क्या यार पहले दूसरा करना पड़ेगा फिर. अरे क्ली इतनी क्यूट है यार, उसको हेल्प करना है मेरे को.
Adventure time!
क्या दूसरे क्वेस्ट में अटका दिया तुम लोगों ने.
Adventure time!
Schubert.
Huh? Who are you?
Hello! We're here too!
Hello?
Hello.
Did I hear you correctly? Hello? Huh. And I suppose you think that you can simply strut up here and greet me in such an ignoble and vulgar manner?
Obviously hello बोला है. क्या बतंगड़ बना रहा है भाई? Hello ही तो बोला है.
Given that I don't recognize you, I can only assume that you are a traveler of some variety. I'll have you know that you are speaking with the Schubert Lawrence, a blood descendant of the magnanimous nobility. If you wish to address me, you'd best consider your words more carefully. Such nonchalant manners are inadmissible and will never do. Now, if you're somehow capable of understanding anything I've said, then you will get down on your knees, apologize for your negative actions, and give me a proper introduction. That is the appropriate etiquette.
लात मारूंगा तेरे को.
Hyman's never heard of something so complicated before.
लात दूंगा तेरे को एक.
In former times, when people knew their place and respected traditions, such conduct was only basic courtesy when greeting a nobleman. And neglecting your manners would result in a swift whipping.
तेरी whipping करूंगा, लाते मारूंगा ना, तेरी डुई सुझा दूंगा। औकात में रह, ढंग से बात कर।
But look at the world now. Rules have been thrown to the wayside and manners forgotten. I cannot bear to see such degradation.
It's no wonder the aristocracy fell.
What did you say? You dare question the dignity of the nobility?
Yo, I just did.
I'll have you know that though the Lawrence clan is in decline, myself and others of noble blood are looking for a chance to restore our rightful honor. Just look around. The people are unruly and undisciplined. I, however, strive to retain the elegance and etiquette of the nobility. After all, we are of a completely different breed by birth.
I haven't even said anything yet.
Save your words. I find your manners and bearing repulsive. I have nothing to discuss with the likes of you. Besides, I am in no way obligated to instruct commoners on basic courtesies.
Basic human decency मैं भी तेरे को नहीं सिखाना चाहता.
Now I have more pressing matters to attend to. I'll take my leave.
So this is what Master G meant by difficult to get along with. Let's head back and talk things over with her.
Adventure time.
कुछ भी था वो. कुछ ज़्यादा ही चने के खेत पे चढ़ा हुआ.
Well, if it isn't the honorary knight, I'm just on my way out to gather some intel. I didn't expect to run into you here. Huh? Judging by your expression, you must have run into some trouble. Master Jean tasked us with a special assignment, but things seem to have run aground for the moment.
It wasn't awful.
No need to get down on yourself. Sometimes things just don't turn out as planned. Even I can't guarantee useful intel every time I'm dispatched.
Very true, very true. अच्छा डायलॉग है.
You just have to keep at it and never give up.
That's amber for you.
Hey, why don't you let me try to help? What's the problem? Master Jean asked us to build a connection with someone named Schubert Lawrence. But it turns out that he's a peculiar character that doesn't listen to anyone. Especially Paimon. Aha, Schubert! I know him. Let me guess. He said you didn't have any manners.
Sounds like you're no stranger to his rant.
I've been on the receiving end of his lectures many a time. The Lawrence clan can be very particular about such things. You mean everyone in the Lawrence clan is just a big headache? As aristocrats, they believe there should be a certain distance between themselves and common folk. I understand their thinking, but that's just not how things are anymore. However, there is one exception among the Lawrence clan, my good buddy, Eula. Buddy? That's right. Not only is she from the Lawrence clan, but she's also captain of the Knights of Favonia's 4th company.
Jean told us that the Lawrence clan sees the knights as enemies. How could a member of the Lawrence clan join the knights?
Eula is special. She's not quite like the other members of her clan. She has her own beliefs and it shows. In other words, she doesn't really adhere to the strict rules and conventions of her family. However, she's still quite knowledgeable about dealing with the Lawrences. I'm sure you'll see what I mean if you meet her. That's strange. If Eula is a member of the Lawrence clan, then why would Master Jean choose us for the task? Couldn't she just ask Eula? Well, it's a little complicated. Basically, the Lawrence clan has frowned upon the fact that Eula joined the Knights. Her family members don't particularly care for her. In their eyes, Eula is nothing but a traitor to the family.
She sounds like quite the character. I guess that's understandable from their
She's
viewpoint.
very easy to get along with. Just explain the situation, and I'm sure she'll help you come up with a way to get along with Schubert. In fact, I think she's out in the wilderness on patrol this morning. You should be able to find her around Storm Bear Mountains. Thanks, Amber. All right, you heard her. Let's go find Eula. Good luck, you two. I've got my own matters to investigate. Who would have guessed that
Hello.
I'm a member of the Lawrence clan? Well, if you want to learn about the conduct of the Lawrence clan, who better to ask than one of their own family members?
चलो यूला का मिशन करते कंप्लीट पहले। ये गेम का यही सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है क्या ना, जो करना रहता ना, नहीं पहले तुम वो करो फिर तुमको जो करना है वो करो। मल्टीप्लेयर भी अटका के रखते हैं, देखो मल्टीप्लेयर भी बंद हो गया। अगर ऐसे टाइम पे मेरे को मेरे दोस्त के साथ खेलना होता मैं नहीं खेल पाता।
Off we go. The Fatui! What are they doing here? Is that why Eula was sent on patrol here? Let's fight first and talk later.
Take this!
Rise.
Finally, so quiet.
To ashes!
You're mine!
Right there. I guess.
You don't think twice before reaching for your sword, do you? Do you have any idea how long I've been tracking these targets? And now you get to stake a claim. You think you're stronger because you got to them first? Mark my words, vengeance will be mine. What?
I'm sorry, vengeance?
That's right. I heard the commotion and came as swiftly as I could, only to find you two already fighting the Fatui. Not only that, you are making quick work of them too. If I didn't make my move, you would have been able to take all the credit. Still, I'm glad you're unscathed. Confronting that number of Fatui at once can be dangerous.
Actually, I'm quite used to fighting the Fatui.
Sorry, Paimon doesn't understand what you mean, but thanks for your concern. Concern? Why would I be concerned for the safety of my arch-enemies? Arch-enemies? Wait a minute! You were saying how glad you were that we were unscathed a second ago! By which I meant, if you were injured, I'd have to escort two strangers guilty of stealing my targets all the way back to Mondstadt. Which would mean you'd cause me even more trouble. My vengeance would be swifter still. Huh? So that's how you see all this?
So you must be Eula.
Yes, that's me. Paimon thinks she's pretty strange. Although at least we can communicate with her. You dare to call someone you've just met strange? Forget the aristocracy. That's rude even by normal standards. Speaking of which, how do you know my name? This is the honorary Knight of the Knights of Favonius. And speaking of rude, we're trying to investigate an aristocrat named Schubert Lawrence. He's so obsessed with etiquette that he's not even willing to speak with us.
I understand now. That's my uncle, all right. But why do you mean to investigate him?
He may be secretly working with the Fatui.
I see. You have some nerve to faming a family member right in front of me. I will have vengeance for this too.
No. This is an assignment from Master Jean. It's just an investigation, that's all.
Aren't you curious about your uncle? Aren't you worried about your uncle?
To the everyday citizens of Mondstadt, everyone in the Lawrence clan is scum. It's natural for rumors and unwarranted gossip to lead to such suspicion.
Hard to avoid such a reputation when you're known as the ruthless rulers of Old Mondstadt.
Oh, so that's what you think of me? Yet another transgression to avenge.
But didn't you say it first?
Curious. We've only just met, and you've already given me 3 causes for vengeance. It's been a while since I've encountered anyone as interesting as you.
Your definition of curious is curious.
I assume you need me to teach you the conduct of the Lawrence clan. Only then will you finally be able to communicate with my uncle, correct?
That's right. Amber told us to come and talk to you.
Well then, let's begin your training immediately. It'll be easier to train when we're back in Mondstadt. We'll require other people.
But aren't you plotting vengeance against us? You're not planning to take revenge at the opportune moment, are you?
We can put that aside for now. Besides, if it's the acting Grandmaster's assignment, and Amber's the one who recommended me, I should comply.
Paimon's confused. This girl's all vengeance this and revenge that. But she doesn't seem the least bit angry. Still, Paimon has met bigger weirdos before.
सच्ची कुछ भी vengeance कुछ ज्यादा ही है इसका.
You finally arrived. There's no time to spare, so we'll begin with our first lesson.
Wait, hold on. There's something we need to clear up first. Otherwise it'll keep bugging us.
So that's still on your mind, huh? Maybe you're the ones who can't let things go.
Vengeance है क्या?
Don't worry. There's a time and place for exacting vengeance. Besides, I'm not in the mood for any right now. Best save it for later.
You need to be in the right mood for vengeance.
I already have a long list of vengeance to exact. Even if I wanted to begin now, I'd have to start in the right order. Who knows how long it will be before I get to you?
Well, if you have so much to take care of, wouldn't it just be easier to give us a clean slate?
Chaplusi.
Absolutely not. Stealing my targets, calling me a ruthless ruler, and suspecting my uncle. All worthy of vengeance in my eyes.
He's definitely counting.
But you needn't worry, at least not whilst we're investigating this matter. I'm sure you're familiar with the phrase, a man of moral integrity fears no slanderous attack.
Yep. ये भी अच्छा डायलॉग है. A man of moral integrity fears no slanderous attack.
If Uncle Schubert didn't commit any wrongdoing, then any such investigation will prove fruitless.
Yep. Point अच्छा है इसका.
But if he did commit a wrongful act, then he should bear the full punishment. I'm sure you understand.
I think I'm starting to see what you mean.
Now, there are two key points that aristocrats attach great importance to: your manner of speech and your bearing. Let's begin with your manner of speech. Aristocrats have a very unique way of carrying conversation, even with mundane daily topics.
Oh, Paimon's already learned some unique conversation. Mark my words, vengeance will be mine!
अच्छा था ये.
Not even close. And besides, it sounds strange.
Hey! Paimon learned it from you! And didn't you say not to call others strange? It seems you don't respect the rules of your own clan.
No, I've no need to trouble myself with such frivolous formalities. Here, allow me to demonstrate. For example, when greeting a friend, you could say, "As the morning dew greets the coming dawn, so do I greet you, my dear friend."
माँ कसम इतना हाई फंडू डायलॉग सिर्फ हाई बोलने के लिए.
As the morning dew does what now?
However, such a phrase may only be used during the morning hours. Also, the party with whom you're speaking must be of approximately the same status as you. Morning dew is not uncommon, so it expresses that friendship should not be measured by value, yet also suggests that friendship between aristocrats is pure like water.
Seems like a lot of work just to greet someone like an old friend.
Oh, no. You must be prudent with your words. Calling someone a good friend could easily offend them.
But didn't you just say my dear friend in your example? Paimon's confused.
Yes, I did. But you must know in the Lawrence family, dear friend is a set phrase that can only be used towards certain friends with whom one is acquainted, but not particularly close. It sounds much more pleasant to call an acquaintance a dear friend. So, another thing to remember. Aristocrats are concerned with face and being polite. However, if you were to use dear friend to address an intimate friend, the recipient would think that you were deliberately trying to estrange them.
This is getting complicated. उसको good बुलाओ. You mean you always have to talk this way?
This is only the first step in making a greeting. After addressing one another, you then exchange courtesies.
Wait. This is all too abstract.
मैं भी सर पकड़ रहा हूँ भाई.
Perhaps it would be better if you gave some real-life demonstrations.
Ah. Very well. Come with me. We'll choose some bystanders to converse with.
Hello, Norman.
Oh, you're Eula of the Lawrence clan, right? This can't be good.
You there, lowly laborer. You stand in the presence of a member of the illustrious Lawrence clan. I have words for you. Please acknowledge the glory bestowed upon thee by the nobility... What comes next? Oh, right. By solemnly kneeling to the ground with utmost sincerity.
Huh? I can't make heads or tails of anything you're saying.
Hold on. What did they always teach me? Whenever a dispute arises, protection of your family's prestige and dignity always takes precedence. Got it. As a lowly commoner, you shall maintain absolute reverence when speaking with those under which you so graciously toil. How dare you speak in such a manner?
Is everyone from the Lawrence clan so strange? The days of the Lawrence clan's tyranny have long passed. I don't care what you're trying to do. Just beat it.
I think you misunderstood her. She's just giving us a demonstration, that's all.
Like I said, I don't care what you're doing. I have nothing to say to any member of the Lawrence clan. And here's a word of advice. I wouldn't be caught dead walking too closely with any one of their like in Mondstadt. If that's all, I'll be going. I'm afraid I won't be able to control myself if we talk any longer.
Hey! Don't leave! Halt! Mark my words, vengeance will be mine!
Wow, the Lawrence name really does carry a terrible reputation.
Never mind him. I could have predicted as much. Let's find someone else.
Leno.
You there, lowly toiler. You stand in the presence of a member of the illustrious Lawrence clan. I have words for you. Please acknowledge the glory bestowed upon thee by the nobility, and solemnly kneel to the ground with utmost sincerity. Huh? Why don't you respond? According to the custom, I must wait until you kneel completely before I can say the next words. Ah, right. I mustn't look at you too long, or I'll be drawing more attention to our difference in status. Oh dear, I've already stared at you for quite a while. Fine. You may spare yourself the formality of kneeling, as it may be a little inconvenient. I shall continue. Oh, wait. I think there's a line for people with rude attitudes in this situation.
Hey, stop bothering me or else I might say something you wouldn't like to hear. Then again, I've got no words for anyone from the Lawrence clan.
Again? What's with this attitude?
That escalated fast. Maybe we should stop for now.
Yes, I don't think his attitude will change. If I keep grandstanding like this, the outcome won't be good. Let's try to find someone else to talk to. I'll remember your unwillingness to comply. Mark my words. Vengeance will be mine.
Be mine. कुछ भी है. ये स्कॉलर लग रहा है रैंडल.
You there, lowly worker.
Yeah, I've already heard it all before. Look, just spare me the time. Our answer's always the same. We've got nothing to say to the likes of you. I mean, seriously, can't you just take a hint?
Please calm down. We don't want to cause any trouble.
I know she's a Knight of Favonius, and that the Knights wouldn't misplace their trust, but the name Lawrence carries too much weight with it. Even to this very day, the descendants of the Lawrence clan are still scheming to reclaim Mondstadt and reinstate their aristocratic rule. And if that wasn't enough, here you are purposefully using their awkward way of speaking just to put on an act? Don't you care for the feelings of us ordinary folk?
You have a point. But mark my words, this transgression will not go unnoticed.
Huh? You want to fight? Listen here, I may be no match for you, but I'll be sure to lodge a complaint with the Knights of Favonius.
Maybe we should just call it a day. Maybe everyone should just take a step back.
I'm sorry, but I want her to understand that I'm serious. Listen here, if you don't want things to get more unpleasant, then you'd better just stop.
Forget it. There's no point in quarreling any further. Let's go. It's all right. This happens quite often. Let's find someone else to talk to.
Paimon thinks we've seen enough now. Let's just stop. Actually, Paimon thinks we should apologize for asking you to demonstrate for us. We had no idea the feelings between the Lawrence clan and the people of Mondstadt were so bitter.
What can we do? The Lawrence name is already a dirty word among every household in Mondstadt. Even 3-year-olds know the story. I see this kind of attitude all the time.
And somehow you still manage to brush it off with a laugh. I'm starting to sympathize with you.
Don't worry. What with me being a Knight of Favonius, they're usually willing to speak a few words with me. Perhaps my aristocratic manner of speech provoked them today. Believe me, it's not a big issue.
So this is the way things are normally for you? There's no need for them to direct their anger at you personally.
That's the way things are. Perhaps it's just fate for those who have made mistakes. Accepting punishment is only fair, right? But when your family has committed atrocities, I'm afraid there's no easy path to reconciliation. As memories are carried in the city breeze, the faults of such grievances are passed from one generation to the next. It is